And welcome back to The Rip. This is episode 20. I'm Vince.
I'm Rocco.
Congratulations on making it.
Thank you.
Thank you for making a stop on your holiday.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. The last time you had me, we were stuck in lockdown still. We had to do it virtually, so it's nice to just be back.
That's true. I mean, it's lost in the abyss now, to be quite honest with you.
Thank God. I hope it continues to get lost. Just get further and further out of our memory. I don't want to think about it.
Oh my God.
It's just brutal.
You're being real. I like that, though. I like that. I mean, you were in the Summer Olympics, so if you watched that video, that was fantastic.
We fared a lot better than I expected. So.
You did? Yeah, 100 meter, you know?
100 meter, no. I think the 400 I did okay. Swimming I did decent. The long jump we don't talk about, though.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to. The swimming. Everybody drank a little water, right?
Yeah. Nothing like a little chlorine in the system.
Yeah, man, I had to fill up the water after the next day. I was like, fuck, man, these guys gotta drink a lot of water.
I hear it's good for your blood levels.
Keeps it, instead of going like this, keeps it steady, right? Yeah. Just like our fantasy teams, right? You want to keep it up.
Well, maybe not Rocco's.
Yeah, any man's the way it's going. So.
We're looking at a win this week. Just
if teams just jinxed it.
If teams decide to stop dropping 170 on us,
Well, if you guys are wondering for some context, it's Thanksgiving Monday today up here in the Great White North. So there's Monday Night Football tonight. So it's on the line, no?
We are huge Colts fans tonight.
Yeah, fuck, okay.
Just need Baltimore to, fuck off for a little bit, just for tonight, and we'll be good.
I mean, I'm sure you don't like the Ravens because you're obviously
I hate the Ravens. No, it's a Steelers fan. I've never liked Baltimore, so now all the more. Yeah. All the more reason to cheer against
them. I would like to ask you, since I have my YouTube channel up here on here, would you wear these to Steelers game? They're Jordan Paulin. Clean, eh? But...
Those are clean.
Yeah.
Those are clean.
Yeah.
I love the black and yellow, black and gold. Just.
Yeah. Is that like perfect Steelers? Like...
I think so. I think that's as close as you're gonna get. Honestly, either that or Saints. I'm sure.
I'm thinking Bruins. I'm thinking Bruins.
Yeah? You think?
I can see that.
Yeah, fuck the Bruins.
The original black and yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah, we don't like...
I can't believe I drafted all three of the guys on the perfection line
yesterday.
Oh. Yeah. Well, because I had 8.
But honestly, you'll be perfectly fine.
I went Pasternak, Marchand at the turn. Mm-hmm. And then I think in the 4th, I got Bergeron.
So you just like closet Bruins fan or something? Like
he is.
That's
perfectly fine.
Starting to wonder now, eh? But
I have irreparable, non-fixable PTSD because of the Bruins.
Dude, I still remember that that night, and I remember during the game, I looked at the Rangers score.
Yeah.
And I remember I went back and I was like, "Fuck!" So I watched this. I'm like, I think the Bruins would have won in regulation if there was more time. It was just that bad.
Oh yeah, I still think. To this day, even though it's been 8 years, I am still convinced that if the Leafs had gotten through Boston, they would have gone to the finals that year.
You think so? Just off just sheer team.
Even just with
adrenaline?
I think so, and with who Boston played too. Was the Rangers who they handled pretty easily? I think the Leafs would have too, and then Boston swept Pittsburgh in the conference final. So I don't think they would have won the whole thing because. Those Chicago teams were a wagon in the early mid 2010s, but it burns. It burns. I still think that they would have gone to the finals if that didn't happen.
Well, that night, what'd you do? I remember I went upstairs and I was I literally just I think I had my knees on the floor and I just had my head on my bed just
yeah.
What the fuck, man? I was like bullshit.
No, it's. The problem is that now looking at it in hindsight, it's it's almost not as heartbreaking because we're just so used to it.
Yeah, because they're consistent, right?
They're consistently disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, this year, it hurt, but it's you're used to it at this point.
I was almost because back then that was a shock, right? Mm-hmm. This year is just more laughable. I just seen it keep happening. I'm I
knew.
Yeah, fuck this, man. You know what I mean? That smirk on your face,
I knew as soon as they lost Game 6 in Montreal, I'm they're losing the series.
Okay, I don't want to get away from the point of I think it's worse than the Bruins. I think it is it's a worse thing to happen, but I think we're just so immune to it.
Well, that's the thing is now it's that's exactly it. We're so used to it that it's like it does not hurt as bad as it should.
Yeah.
Because that is just it's gut wrenching.
It's like you ever see those things like they just keep like punching you. It's like
Yeah.
if I could just keep doing it, I'm gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
honestly,
I fucking hate my life.
and the worst part of it is, hey, come Wednesday night, we're gonna be right back there and cheering for them again.
It's a drug, right? Like same old story.
It's
right?
like
it's a bad drug.
Yeah.
Well, fucking, have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day?
Yes.
Waking up to the same nightmare every single day, and that's what it is with these leagues. Every single year, it's just rinse, wash, repeat. Great regular season. Lay an egg in the first round, and then we do it again in October.
But do you think it's the same sort of thing that you just said with the Leafs back then? Do you think they would have went like if they got through Montreal?
Okay, so now who'd they play? They played Montreal played Winnipeg after that, right?
Yeah, no, Winnipeg, yeah.
Yeah, so I think they would have handled Winnipeg pretty easily. Conference finals, I think Vegas would have probably mopped the floor with the Leafs, but again, like it's just I don't even want to talk about that Montreal Cup run because I think there's the flukiest thing ever. I think there was that Montreal team was not good.
Yeah.
They had, and you know what? That's what the playoffs is. It's okay. You get in. Who gets hot at the right time? Montreal got hot at the right time. They played really well.
Yeah.
But the team is not.
It's not really a war of attrition. It's more you just, you got to execute now, and you don't have a choice.
That was Carey Price.
Right?
Carey Price was the best goalie in the world when they needed him to be, and that team goes as far as he takes them.
I think one of the funniest things in sports was that they wanted to hold a parade for going to the Stanley Cup Finals. After it was done.
Yeah,
it's that was I'm surprised Montreal would even say that. Considering how much cups they have, they would settle for that.
And that's the thing too with Montreal fans, because I know quite a few of them. We work with a few of them.
Yeah.
They are they wear it on their sleeve. Oh. They are such a passionate fan base.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little too much.
Yeah.
But they love their team. So anyone who's a true sports fan, I think, knows that you don't throw parades for a second place finish. Nobody remembers the first place loser.
Yeah.
So.
No, my mom's from Montreal. I consider it a home, Montreal. So it's my family. It's I just we'll maybe talk about it for a second, civilly, but then I just I won't even go farther. Just to even talk about just I don't want a chance of a brawl. Well,
that's the thing.
I don't really know. I'm not a huge hockey fan or anything, but it's just still though. Always rep Toronto.
Always.
So it's just funny. They're very passionate about it.
Oh yeah.
I think the last time I had an actual conversation about the Habs with them was when the Shea Weber trade happened. I was I actually thought that was a dumbass trade, and he was my uncle was explaining why it happened, right? And stuff, but he doesn't agree with it necessarily, but he knows why. But, it's just funny though.
It's a business at the end of the day, which we've seen so many times. Just that there's no loyalty, not even from the player standpoint, but just from the team standpoint. I always think of IT in Boston.
That's horrible.
Guy went crazy, runner up for the MVP, scores 53 in a playoff game after his sister died, and then they're we're gonna trade you away for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, somebody was just talking to me about that. I think it was yesterday, but yeah,
Kyrie's
awful.
And whatever, Kyrie's his whole other. That's a whole other story.
Yeah,
it's just the teams don't care. At the end of the day, it's a business. And look at the Raptors. DeMar is easily going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. I think right now for the Raptors GOAT, it's Lowry.
Yeah,
I think that's clear cut
100%.
right now.
Yeah,
and even if that's a thing of something's got to be done to win a championship because it's not working with this core. DeMar put it all out there.
Yeah.
Everything out on the court for Toronto, and that's what they did to him.
Well, and I still remember because obviously my family's been season ticket holders since the beginning. I remember I think it was in maybe 2009. I remember he got drafted out of USC. I remember, and I remember something was different with this guy because I remember it was New Year's Eve, and everybody parties, right?
Yeah, in the gym,
and he was in the gym, and he said. He's like, oh no, I gotta work. We gotta take the city to the next level and shit. And I was like, he's the guy. That's what I said. I'm like, this guy's different.
That's how you know the guy's going to be different.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's really what it is. It becomes a matter of who wants it more.
Yeah, exactly.
And that shows like he wanted it bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to see him come back one day.
Yeah, I would like, not necessarily like to help like win something. I don't think that's the right call, but I do think like it would be nice to have him don number 10 again.
I would say so.
Just for tribute's sake.
Well, I remember Vince Carter at the end of his career. There was always the rumor of him come back to Toronto for one more year.
Even that's not really the same.
It's a nostalgia thing.
Yeah,
it's a nostalgia.
But with him, it's not really the same necessarily because I think with DeMar it'd be more because like he's like Toronto's son, right? Like it's different. Like Vince was just like he did say he actually wanted to be here, just he got kind of screwed over, but he wasn't here as long. He didn't do as much. Yeah. Even though he brought Canada up there.
What's the thing? He did a lot. He put Canada on like the basketball map.
Did, yeah. But DeMar like stuck with everybody when like. And he was nobody really did in the first place, but he was just like he repped Toronto on his sleeve, which nobody did that. So respect him a ton for that.
Respect the hell out of him for it.
Yeah.
What do you think? I don't know. What do you think of the Raptors this year? Because I know it's a lot different looking team than a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do real good. I think I don't think championships in the question. Not at all. I think they'd be smoking big time for that. But I think they'll be good. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they could be a top 6 team in the East for sure.
I think and we saw it too with the Jays. Like a lot of people really don't take into consideration how hard it is on these guys to not play legitimate home games.
It's fucked.
Like you're getting booed at your own home games.
And even then, Tampa. You're not even sleeping in your bed and like.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I think they're going to be a much better team this year because it's like. Like, there's just something about playing in Toronto. Like, it's different. The team that we saw last year, and they had some injuries too, they were not as bad as what we saw last year. I don't think, anyways.
No, I don't think so. Like, before, like, they got in a hole to begin with. They got out of it. They were looking really good, looking like their old selves. And then they get hit with COVID. And it's like, how you expect to go back out of that hole again? Yeah. You know how hard that is in the regular season? And you're playing against all these other factors.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know what? Relax, eat the season, go to the next one. That's it.
Well, that's the thing. And that's the good thing with it is at least you get a top 4 pick out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was a surprise to get that 4th pick.
Oh, yeah. Scotty Barnes, I mean, he looks good so far, which is really good to see.
I just like the attitude.
That's the thing, too. I think he's another guy who, like, wears it on his sleeve. Like, he wants to win, I think.
Yeah, and here,
And here, so.
So that's the big thing, and it's, not a lot of guys are like that, right?
No.
They have this preconceived stereotype with Toronto. Meanwhile, they're better than half their fucking American cities. Well, we're better than most of the American cities.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of our city. Like.
Well, look at Goran when he's traded. They didn't really want to be here. It's like, okay, well, maybe Toronto doesn't want you, Goran.
Yeah, because we didn't really want him anyways. But like now, you can tell he's got a good attitude.
Oh yeah.
So like you can change. Like I don't think a lot of people would just keep ripping on him for that. But listen, like people change, people make mistakes.
Well, I think too, it's a large part of it's the media where it's like
the narrative. Yeah.
The narrative. They'll always they'll twist words just to make their story get more views, pretty much.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. It's just. But again, that's what the media does.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have him on my team than not. He's one of those guys, like, he's one of those guys he could burn you, like, in big games. Like
easily.
I mean, he did. All those years ago, we actually came out on top.
Yeah.
Luckily, fuck.
Yeah, barely.
Fucking those 7-game series, but.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Basketball's been interesting this year. I can't wait to go to a game and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I already been, like, the preseason.
But yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's been so long that we've had sports here.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same as watching. So especially for you, it's like you said, your family's had the season tickets for since forever.
Yeah.
Literally. It's like it would be good just to get back in the building. And especially now they up the capacity.
That's full now, yeah.
Which I've said it before, I think that's what they have to do.
Yeah, we spoke about this before, yeah.
Yeah, they have to because if you're mandating vaccination to go, how are you going to limit attendance? It doesn't make sense.
Bullshit.
That's a whole other.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just another thing. Like I was there. Like it seemed like really good, like the preseason, but not the same as the full.
No,
because it'll fill up.
Oh, it'll fill.
So it will, like...
It'll fill.
They make no sense, though. They're like, oh, social distancing and stuff. But, like, there was empty spaces, yeah. But I was sitting next to people. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. Even for us at the Jays games, the first month or so, month and a half, when they were limiting it to 15,000.
Why, though?
But you cram everyone in the lower bowl.
There's 15,000 at BMO. That only seats like 20.
And that felt more socially distanced than the Raptors side.
Dude, I don't, like, it's so idiotic. I don't, like, it's another level. But then, so let's only give the Jays 35,000 for the final homestand and future playoffs.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, after they get eliminated, oh yeah, that's full cast.
Yeah, let's go.
Open the floodgates, fuck them. Like what happened in 2 weeks that makes you make that decision? What changed it? Like, I don't understand. Like, am I missing something here?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. So I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know, but again, that's a whole other story of just nothing that they really implement making any sense.
No, it doesn't.
None of it makes sense.
Up here in fucking good things grow in Ontario. Yeah, bullshit. Doesn't grow in Ontario. Yeah. Fuck, man. Just retarded.
The only thing that grows is our fucking impatience.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what's fucking
no
growing.
Kidding. Oh, trust the medical advice. Okay, I trust a lot of things. But fuck, I don't know. It's fucked. It's nicer though. Things feel a lot more normal now.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Like more than it ever has.
Oh yeah. Well, the reality is that I don't think we're ever going to get back to a complete normal.
No, not exactly the same.
So it's just a matter of, okay, how close can we get to normal?
You're right, exactly.
That's really what it is. And hopefully it's going to keep getting better in that regard, but this is as good as it's been for a year and a half at least.
Yeah, like what's your opinion on, and I know like you love to travel, I do as well, and nothing more I want than to travel to the States right now.
Right.
But I'm sorry, like I ain't paying $200 for a molecular test. Like are you on that same thing? Like I'll wait till. Like,
oh yeah, I'll wait it out because again, it's like even on top of that, it's like, you know what? As much as I want to go, the paying for the test is one thing. It's more the thing of the States needs to get their shit together. That's the bigger concern because it's like they've been far less worried than we've been. They just, I don't know. It's tough because it's like, again, like you want to travel, and the worst part is that they can come here, but we can't. It
literally makes no sense.
That's on our government. I think that we're too nice. Oh yeah, you want to come here? Yeah, go ahead. Nobody lets us.
Screw our own people, right? Like I don't get it. Like I don't I don't know about you. Like I was even telling my friend that like if actually Chris at work, whatever, I was talking to him and like this molecular test that can cost anywhere between like $200 plus, right?
Yeah.
And you have to go out of your way to find these places. Like that's like no way. But if they did like a $40-$50 thing at the airport, rapid test, and then you just go on.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. You know what? I'll eat that bullshit cost. Yeah. But now you fucking it's like it allows the rich to travel.
Well, that's exactly what it is, and that's essentially I think how it is with everything. It's just like, you know what? Okay, you can do whatever you want, but you're gonna have to pay for it, and so then you limit it to the select few who really they have money to burn.
Yeah, like the upper echelon, right? So I was even telling like my buddy Andre was on the pod last week, and I was like he's like, yeah, no, I was just dying to travel. I'm like, you don't think I'm dying to travel?
Yeah.
I just wanted to pay. I'm like, did you pay for all that stuff? He's like, no, I went with my parents for free to Italy. Well, I'm like, what do you expect? He's like, oh, I get it. I'm like, okay, well, like not everybody's in that position. Like I would like my parents can't do that for me, right? No. So I'm like,
that's the thing. So if you don't have to lift a finger or take anything out of your wallet to make it happen, then fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Must be nice.
Fuck, if only it was that simple.
I know. If you had like, what's like the first place you want to, I know you have the place in Florida, but what's like the first place other than that, like you want to go?
That's a tough one because me and my buddy who I go on all my road trips with, we go back and forth all the time about where we want to go because we've been to so many places. I don't know. It's like part of me wants to go to where we've already been, but at the same time, it's like I think California is at the top of my list, and I haven't been yet.
You won't regret it.
That's what we were going to do. So, again, been doing this trip with a few guys for I think 4 years.
Yeah.
And then going into 2020, our plan was to do California.
Yeah.
And then obviously everything hit the fan, and that's fallen through for the last couple of years. So California, I think, is number one on my list, and then New York. I love New York.
But I'm gonna give like the listener like a little bit of context. You've been to how many MLB ballparks in cities? Like,
15.
So almost half.
So yeah, half.
Or half, about half. I was like 2020. I was gonna creep up and like because I just got the fight benefits for baseball season. I was gonna try. I was gonna try and like kill way more. Like So then maybe get closer to you, but I don't know. But the California trip, like it's funny. You've done like all like the little ones. Like you pinned off all those East Coast.
The East Coast, yeah.
I haven't. I've done like all the West Coast. I've done Fenway Park and the Yankee Stadium, but I've done I've done all the California ones. Other than the Oakland Coliseum, just because the game was at the same time and I was leaving. So
well, because the first couple of years it was pretty much just for the games, and so that's where we knocked off a lot of the smaller East Coast ones, like we did Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland, so on and so forth. The last 2 years we made like legitimate trips out of it. So like Boston and then New York, you go to both parks. The year after that, Chicago, you go to both parks. A day trip to Milwaukee in there.
Yeah.
So
how much time did you spend in the city though?
So Boston we spent 2 days, I think, which in hindsight was nowhere near enough.
Yeah.
And my buddies told us that because the year after, because we went in 2018, he went in 2019. He went back to Boston.
Really? Yeah.
So that's something that we got to do again and stay longer. New York we did 4 days, I think.
Okay.
So that's not bad. And then Chicago we did 5 or 6 days.
That's not bad. Yeah. And I love I love going for like a few days everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, I had the privilege of like having the opportunity to be able to go for a few days everywhere, all these cities and stuff, and I love the States. I love the cities. Like I love LA to be specific. I say it a lot. San Francisco and all that. So
yeah, no, that's like I said, that's definitely like my next destination.
Yeah,
gotta knock up, and because the parks there too, they're so nice. Dodger Stadium, Oracle, Petco, like just. They do it right.
Honorable mention, Oakland Coliseum.
Oh my God, that place has had so many names. I don't even know what it is. O.Co, Ricky Henderson Field. Like I have no
Oakland
idea.
Alameda County.
Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Like holy fuck.
Like what?
Just get the team out of there. Holy fuck. Like.
I want them in Oakland still. Just build a nice stadium. Like.
That's the thing. Build them somewhere that they can actually play in. Because they already lost the Raiders, and now they're going to lose the A's too. Like
Oakland sucks. They have good fan bases.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem is that then you have places like Tampa, who the fan base is just garbage.
Oh,
which it's
only the bandwagon. That's the reason why it's now, right?
Yeah, like that team wins 100 games. They consistently put out one of the best teams, and yet every year they are at the bottom in attendance. Now there's this whole thing, they might split their home games in Montreal. Like, what the fuck is that? Either build them a nice stadium, but even that, I don't know, because with the Marlins too, they got their nice stadium and the fans still don't show up.
Well, I can't believe it's a dome in St. Petersburg. One of the most hottest places on earth. I know.
Like I've been, so I went once.
Yeah, never been.
Because it's literally like 10 minutes from where my family's place is.
You won't even go like.
In St. Pete's, I went once.
You'd rather not go, right?
Well, mind you, we usually go. We would usually go in like March, so it wasn't baseball season anyways.
Yeah, fair, huh?
But still, it's like I'd rather make the 45-minute drive to Dunedin, check out a spring training game.
Clearwater.
Clearwater. We went. Where'd we go? I know one of the last times I went to Florida, I went to Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah.
Saw the Yankees.
Is it next to the Buck Stadium?
Yeah.
It's right, like in like a parking lot?
Right. Not in the same parking lot, but it's all in the same vicinity as Raymond James.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Like, Dunedin was so nice. Like,
oh, yeah.
Clearwater is a nicer place, though, because it's by the water, but I haven't been able to see Spectrum.
Yeah.
Spectrum Field, I think? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. And it's just like, okay, it's like you have so much potential here. And you put a dome in St. Pete's. Like, I don't know.
Is that just the way it is? Like fucking like Montreal say like fucking like at that point just give the team to Montreal. Like,
well, that's the thing.
And build a new and just say you're gonna build a new stadium.
Yeah, and the problem is like I was talking to my dad about it the other day where it's like okay, you bring a team there, it's great, but what happens after the honeymoon phase kind of wears off? Once those 5 years of like, oh my god, we have a new team, then what?
Yeah.
Like if the team's garbage, like look at the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah.
6 years, that team was awful, and they left almost as quickly as they showed up.
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
Yeah, and I think it's on the leagues. I don't think the leagues want teams in Canada.
They don't put the effort in.
No, they don't, because like there's a lot of like good markets here that could support. They could support professional teams, but I think they think the money's down south, and that's why it's like they're trying to push hockey down south. Arizona's been a laughing stock of the league for way too long, and it's like the league is doing everything they can to keep them there, and it's like, for what?
I know.
Just get them the fuck out of there.
Do they not have a stadium there next year?
Their lease is up at the end of June.
Where do they go?
I don't know. They either build a new stadium there or they relocate.
But even temporarily, what do they do?
So they have the stadium for this year.
Yeah,
but
not next year.
Yeah, June of 2022 is when their lease is up.
You could just build a stadium in a year. Huh?
That's the thing. No, and I know, like they're not going to play where the Suns play.
No,
their GM's already basically said it's like, I don't want that.
Yeah, he'll never operate a hockey rink in there.
It just. Hockey doesn't do well there. Like, brought Austin Matthews, but it's really nothing else.
I've been there. Like, it's such a Phoenix is more like a chill vibe. Like, it's not like they don't like seem like hockey. Like, if they go watch a hockey game, it's just for like a night out. Like, they don't really like care that much. Oh, I want to go see them tonight. Like, like
they probably make half their money for the year the one time the Leafs are there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, honestly, like that's fucking bad.
It is. It's really bad.
That's fucking bad.
Yeah, like sure, Leaf fans travel well, but. Like, that's bad.
I'm sure the Suns had their problems throughout the years too.
Oh yeah.
But like, I think it was still manageable.
Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't do as bad as the Coyotes. There's no way.
Like, well, like where are they? Are they like bottom of the league? Like, Florida's got to be up there, no?
Well, for attendance, yeah, for attendance, I know. Yeah, the Coyotes are continually near the bottom. The Panthers are there. I think Carolina's actually been down there too, pretty consistently for attendance. Just, I don't know. It's like I said, they're trying to grow hockey in the South, and it's almost like they're forcing it. It's like, but if it's not there, like, what do you keep pushing it for?
It's like we're saying no.
Yeah, it's like
no means no, right?
Yeah,
right, Angelo. No means no.
Sir, yes, sir.
Hoorah, baby. Yeah, I don't know. Frustrating. It's frustrating. Like it just when there's a team that maybe Quebec City could appreciate that market more.
Oh yeah,
but like. Then they'll be like, oh, it might end up not doing well there. Well, it's not fucking doing well there.
I was gonna say.
So might as well give it to potentially someone who actually wants it.
Yeah.
Right? So
I was gonna say, can't possibly be doing worse if they were to move it to Quebec than it is in fucking Arizona.
And then they'll be like, oh, it's hard to get like our planes out there. Bullshit. Okay, like bullshit. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's like you have 7 fucking teams in Canada. You can get an 8th one.
You can get them up to Winnipeg.
It will not, it will not fucking send the league under.
I know. I think what still plagues Quebec City, though, is the Lindros thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that... I would love to see if that were to happen, like, in today's day and age, where a guy just... It's like, trade me, I refuse to play.
Or, like, don't draft me, because I won't, and they still draft him.
Yeah. I think the most recent was probably, Eli Manning?
That was, like, early 2000s?
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon, but I would love to, just to see, because, like, the landscape has changed so much, where it's like, would a team really actually go through with that if something like that were to come up? Like, we always see these things where it's like, like this guy wouldn't want to play here, and it's like, well, nobody wants to really play there, but somebody has to. They got to field a team.
It's not favorable, right?
No.
Yeah, Lindros is kind of a prick though. Like, I liked him.
Yeah.
Seemed like one of like a rich kid who happened to end up being good at hockey, right?
Oh yeah.
So
great player. Just he had his thing.
Is he American, by the way, or?
I have no idea. To be honest.
Quick search. I don't know. For some reason, I thought he was American.
I'm almost certain he's Canadian.
Canadian, yeah.
I thought so, yeah.
Eric Lindros. Where is he from, his asshole? London.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking guy. Go play in Philly, eh?
Yeah.
Like they're any fucking better. But yeah, our camera kind of fucking sucks. So maybe you can start a GoFundMe for us because it's red right now. So and red means bad, and Angelo is having an aneurysm with his. I just noticed that he has 2 different types of socks on right now.
Yes, sir.
Fruit of the Loom and blank canvas, whatever it is. I don't know. I just noticed that. But yeah, a little short discussion today. Just we'll have you back, obviously.
Oh,
It's not a problem.
Oh yeah, I'll be back.
Are you going back on extended leave? So
extended leave. I'll be back by Christmas.
Yeah, back by Christmas, eh? Bring your fucking hot chocolate, eh?
Yeah.
Bring something for us, but
get the parka.
Yeah. Oh my god, the parka.
Go at this rate. Holy shit.
It's gonna be horrible. It's cold up here, but anyways, guys, appreciate you guys for listening. If you want to listen to more of the podcast, we've had a little bit longer ones recently. You can check us out. We are on Anchor, relating street platforms. There's tons there. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We've been posting every day on YouTube, pretty much, other than another day. Making Angela make thumbnails all the time. Fucking making stupid faces. You think we don't put effort into that? Come on, right, Ange? 5 minutes or more like 5 hours. But and we're on all social media platforms as well. You can check us out on TikTok too, and we've been posting a lot lately. So yeah, appreciate you for coming on, man.
My pleasure.
Thank you. We'll have you on again.
For sure.
And that's a wrap for episode 20 of The Rip. Take it easy.